So today we will read the Murli dated 01/04/1982. The basis.
Bajit Bhai Om Bhai has come forward that he would like to conduct. So shall we give him the opportunity to
Sure,
come forward?
sure.
Om Bhai, you can go ahead.
Om Shanti. Okay, sister. So let's all be seated in the stage of incorporeal form, detached from this body and bodily relations, detached from this outer world, focusing on the inner core, my original form, which is highly elevating, empowering, feeling in control of my mind, intellect, and sanskars. I, the soul, the self sovereign soul, independent, free from any kind of bondages. Om Shanti. Today we are reading this Avyakt Murli dated 1st April 1982, and this Murli is titled The Basis of Fortune is Renunciation. The more we are detached from this limited world, the more we are detached from unreal, the more we are fortunate, and more we are able to experience that fortune in our every thought, word, and action. So let's read this beautiful Murli. Today, Bab Dada, the bestower of fortune, Bhagya Vidhata, bestower of fortune, was seeing both the fortune and the renunciation of all his children, both the fortune and the renunciation of all his children. What have you renounced and what fortune have you attained? This is a question Babdada is asking each child. What have you renounced and what fortune have you attained? Just take a pause here and see. Is the fortune is more or the renunciation is more? What all we have attained the fortune and what all we have renunciated. Just reflect upon for a second. Okay. You know that in return for one fold renunciation, you receive a return of multi-million fold fortune. That's the beauty of the bestower of fortune, that he gives each his children multi-million fold fortune in return of just a one-fold renunciation. When children who know the deep meaning of renunciation renounce even a little, a very clear and long line of fortune is drawn. There are different stages of renunciation. In fact, your becoming Brahma Kumars and Kumaris is also a renunciation. And in return for this, you have received the fortune of a Brahmin life, a new life, an elevated life called Brahmin life. In this respect, just as all of you are called Brahmins, so too all of you have become souls who have practiced renunciation. However, there is a number in renunciation. Behat ki vairagya vritti. Vairagya vritti, there is a number, the degree. And there is also therefore also a number in attaining your fortune. All of you are called Brahma Kumars and Kumaris, but someone becomes the number one bead of the rosary. Someone becomes the number one bead of the rosary, and someone else becomes the last number bead of the rosary. Even though, even though all are Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. Bhagavata is giving this fact that each one of us has renounced number wise. All of you have renounced your Shudra life, the past life, the old world, that's called Shudra life, which is vicious world actually. So therefore you Shudra life. So why is there a difference between the first number and the last number? When everyone has renounced that Shudra life, then why is such a difference between the first number and the last number? Whether someone is moving along whilst living at home as a trustee, or whether someone has become free from the household bondages and is living as a server at a center, whether someone is a trustee or a server, both types of Brahmin souls are called Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. So there is no distinction, there is no difference in the way they are called. The surname of both is the same, but what's that but? Baba is saying, but the basis of the fortune of both is their renunciation, the degree of renunciation. It cannot be said that to become a server and live at a center is the most elevated renunciation or fortune. Even trustee souls, those souls who are staying in their households, who are managing house, also managing their office, Baba calls them trustee souls. Even trustee souls can claim very good numbers in the rosary through their attitude of renunciation. Attitude of renunciation means how deep, how deep it is rooted, the renunciation. But a trustee has to be one who is truthful and has a clean and honest heart. Sacha dil, saaf dil. That's the condition for a trustee soul. Truthful, sachai and safai, and imandar, honest heart. Both have a right to attain their fortune, but the basis of drawing a line of elevated fortune is to have elevated thoughts and to perform elevated actions. Whether you are a trustee soul or a server soul, both of you can claim a number one on this basis. Both of you have full authority to create your number one fortune. You can create whatever fortune you want for yourself to whatever extent you want. At the confluence age, this is the confluence age going on. Baba says, Babdada is saying, at the confluence age, according to the drama, time has received a blessing from the bestower of blessings. This time is very, very precious. It has received a blessing from the bestower of blessings. What is that blessing time has received? Anyone who has the desire can become one with an elevated fortune. To become a Brahma Kumar or Kumari means that you bring your fortune with you from birth. The moment you take birth, this is a very important, powerful line. The moment you take birth, your star of fortune is sparkling on your forehead, on forehead of each one of you. This has become your birthright. To be a Brahmin means to be a fortunate. It's your birthright. However, the extent to which you increase the birthright that you have attained or make the star of your fortune sparkle even more or make it elevated, that it all this all depends on your own efforts. So here the underlining thing is your own efforts. That is, Purusharth, that is our actions, our deeds, our thoughts, our words, and our actions, which is our efforts to imbibe and use in your practical life the rights of fortune you have received in your practical life means to increase the property you have received from the Father. Property means inheritance of virtues, powers, feelings, good feelings, and all this you have received from the Father. Earning it or using it up depends on each one. How much we are earning, how much we are spending. The net is our savings. So, how much we are saving. As soon as you take birth, Bab Dada gives all of you the same property of fortune and the same elevated blessing. May you be fortunate, Bhagyavan Bhav. All of you children are given the same title, long lost and now found, beloved, lovely child. मेरे सिकी लदे प्यारे मीठे बच्चे. He hasn't said to someone, you are a long lost and now found child, and to others, you are not a long lost and now found child. However, your number is created by looking after the property, how much we are looking after it, after that property which we got during our birth, how much care we are taking to take care of that property and increasing it. That's important. Increasing it. How much we are investing, reinvesting. So it isn't that Baba gives 10 times multi-million fold to the servers and only 2 times multi-million fold to the trustees. No, Baba says, no, there's no difference. He says, all of you, both servers who are staying at the center as well as the trustees who are staying at the households, managing house, office, says all of you are multi-million times fortunate. However, to look after the treasure of fortune means that you imbibe it, whereas to increase the treasure of fortune means to use it for service through your thoughts, words, and actions. How much we are using it, how much we are implementing, experimenting, reinventing, that's what is the key to increase the treasures of fortune. Baba says, further says, it is in this way that a number is created. I will just, this we can churn on later on. It is in this way that a number is created. All of you are servers, whether you are a server or a trustee. Baba Dada says, all of you are servers. All of you are embodiments of dharana. Dharana means dharma, swadharma, dharana. But you are number wise in becoming that. Some have become full of all virtues, and some have become full of some virtues. This is the difference. Some are constant embodiments of dharana. What is dharana? Dharma. Dharma means dharana. What are we right now? Who am I? Am I staying in my original form? So some are constant embodiments of being a soul of dharana, and some are sometimes embodiments of dharana, and other times embodiments of fluctuation, sometimes soul, sometimes body, charity. When they adopt one virtue, they are not then able to use another virtue at the same time. That becomes a indication that and when the soul adopts one virtue, then that soul doesn't not able to use another virtue at the same time. For instance, you may need the power to tolerate and the power to accommodate at the same time. You may need these two powers at the same time. If you simply imbibe the power or virtue of tolerance, but are not able to use the power to accommodate at the same time, and then say, well, I have tolerated that for so long. Is this a small thing? Only I know how much I have tolerated. So, if after tolerating it, you were unable to accommodate it, and you didn't use the power to accommodate, what would happen? Baba is asking, what will happen? You would speak about it here and there. That that one did this and you did that. So you definitely performed a wonder, Kamal, in tolerating it, no doubt. But you spoke of the wonder you performed and turned it into a chaotic confusion. Dhamal. कमाल तो किया but धमाल भी कर दिया. Means you shared it, that you did this and that. This is because by speaking about it, you first become body conscious. And secondly, you think about others, that he did this, she did this. So that was something our focus shifted from myself to others. You do both of these things. In this way, if you imbibe one virtue and not the other, you are then unable to you are then unable to the en, become an embodiment of dharana. So that means there was mixturity between soul consciousness and body consciousness. That is dharana. That you want to become. Because of this, you are not always able to imbibe the treasure you have received. That is, you are unable to look after them. Soul consciousness for the inheritance, the treasure which every soul gets during the birth. That's the property. So Baba says we are not able to take care of that property, the treasures which we received, and therefore we are not able to look after them. Not looking after them means you have wasted them. So that's the key thing to be underlined. We have to look after well, look after the treasures, the property which we received as a birthright well. Some look after them and others lose them. So we have to check. That's a checking point. There would be a number then, would there not? To use something for service in this way means to increase the property of fortune. In this too, all of you do service, but there is a difference between serving with a true heart and with true love and serving as a server. So these are the key things Baba Dada expects from every soul while serving: true heart, true love, and serving as a server, not any expectation, no expectation to receive. Some serve with a true heart, whereas others serve from their head and they do business. I have served this, so I should get this. That's not wanted, Baba says. So there would be a difference, would there not? So there is a difference of day and night between doing service on the basis of having a powerful brain with many points and serving with honest heart. There's a difference, big difference, Baba says, day and night. Those who serve with their hearts will make others belong to Dilaram, the comforter of hearts. Those who serve with their heads or the brains will only teach others how to speak and make others speak. One churns and the other one simply speaks. That's a difference, very subtle difference. One is a server who truly serves as a server, and the other one is who serves just to earn a name for themselves. They have some expectations that while serving, we'll receive something. That's a difference. So, you may go ahead, sister. So, yeah. So, there is a difference, is there not? Whoever true servers serve will be given the experience of the instant fruit of attainment. Those who serve simply to earn a name, fame, or any etc., will at that time attain a good name, good fame for themselves in the form of praise. Oh, you explained that very well. You spoke very well. You did that very well. However, they wouldn't be able to give the experience, underline this word, experience of the fruit of the attainment. That's a very key thing Baba brought out. Difference between a true server and just a server. So there is a difference, is there not? In this way, one serves with true love, and the other serves as a duty, as a commitment. Those who serve with true love won't be able to stay without enabling others to forget a connection of love. Those who serve just as a duty will finish their duty and complete the week's course and give them the yoga course, the dharana course, and even bring them to the point of listening to the Murli. Their responsibility, Baba says, but they will not consider it to be their responsibility to enable the love of that soul to become connected to the Father. That's something which we can underline. That to enable this is an attribute Baba says, to enable the love of that soul to become connected to the ocean of love, that is the Supreme Father. That's the subtle difference. He would give course after course, but would not fill souls with any force, but would think that he has made a lot of effort. That in the inner thinking would be, I've made a lot of efforts, but unfortunately, he will not be able to fill the souls with any force. However, it is a law that only those who have deep love, you can underline these words, deep love for service. That's the virtue Baba expects from the number one server souls, true server souls. That deep love for service are able to connect the love of others. So, do you understand the differences? Baba is asking this question. Have you noted down these differences carefully? This is to increase the property that you have received right at the birth, at the moment of the birth, new birth of Brahmin life. Due to this, to the extent that you look after it and to the extent that you increase it, you accordingly claim a number ahead. The bestower of fortune distributed the same fortune to everyone. Again, Baba, again and again, Baba is saying this to the children that he has distributed the same fortune to everyone, but some become those who earn and some become those who waste. Some become those who use everything up and finish it. This is why there is a number wise. There is two types of rosary, and why it is number wise in each rosary. Do you understand how the numbers are created? So Bab Dada was seeing the fortune of renunciation. Now Bab Dada is summarizing. The wonderful game of renunciation is also unending. Baba will tell you about that at some other time in some other Murli. Acha, now Baba is summarizing the Murli. So again, let's again come back to the 100% soul consciousness stage. I am situated, I the soul am situated in my true dharana. That is, I am in my 100% soul consciousness stage. To those who have an elevated fortune, to the true servers who constantly increase their line of fortune through elevated thoughts and elevated actions, to those who constantly bring all the virtues and all the powers into their lives, and to those who give every soul instant fruit, that is, to those who make every soul an embodiment of attainments, to the elevated renunciates, and those with an elevated fortune who constantly look after and increase the rights and treasures they have received from the Father, to the constant servers who are embodiments of important dharana, Bapdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. We also the constant embodiments of dharana, experiencing Bapdada's love, wish, Bab Dada, love, remembrance, and namaste. Bab Dada is meeting now few groups. Constantly keep this aim in your awareness. What's that aim? The aim is a Brahmin becomes an angel and an angel becomes a deity. This is a secret Baba is telling us. We can churn on later. Do all of you consider yourselves to be Brahmins and therefore angels? Do you remember that you are now Brahmins and that you will become angels from Brahmins and that those angels will then become deities? To become an angel means that whilst in a corporeal body, you stay in the form of light. That is, with your intellect, you remain constantly in the stage up above. This is very important. With your intellect, you remain constantly in the stage up above this world. Angels don't set foot on the ground. फरिश्ता जिसका फर्श से नहीं कोई रिश्ता, that is farishta. The angels don't set foot on the ground. How will you stay up above? Baba is now asking a question and also giving answer to that with the intellect. This can be underlined with the intellect. Let the foot of the intellect always be in an elevated stage. Are you becoming such angels or have you already become such angels? You are Brahmins anyway. If you weren't Brahmins, you wouldn't have got permission to come here. However, to what extent have you become Brahmins, adopted the angelic stage? That is intellect. How much in our intellect is above the ground, above this world. Angels are shown with bodies of light. The more you consider yourselves to be a soul, an embodiment of light, the more you consider yourselves to be as light as you walk and move around, the more you will feel as though you are an angel walking in a body of light. An angel means to be one who has no connection with the awareness of his own body. This can be underlined. An angel means to be one who has no connection with the awareness of his own body. To break your connection with body consciousness, not from the body, but from the consciousness of the body, means to be an angel. So the consciousness that I have this body or these bodily relations, this consciousness is eliminated in an angelic state. When your connection with the body is broken, you will then leave here. However, at the moment your connection with the consciousness of the body has to be broken, you will then love this life a great deal. Underline this. You will then love this life a great deal, and Maya will not attract you in any way. So that's the big advantage, big gain in the angelic stage. And how does it happen? It happens through our high degree of renunciation, being a true server. That's what Baba brought out in this today's beautiful Murli, Avyat Murli. Let's all take a few moments, one or two, 1 minute, pause to reflect upon, and then we can share our experiences, our churnings, so that we get a many more points which for everyone as a takeaway. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. First of all, I would like to thank Vijit Bhai for sharing the Murli and Divine Family for giving me an opportunity to read the Murli today. That was a, you can say, a surprise. I could connect today. Thank you, Baba. So let's now share our, you can say, whatever we have remembered from this Murli, or we would like what we have experienced from the Murli, or anything you would like further emphasis on any part of today's Murli. Om Shanti. Each
The
one of
two
us can
points,
share
the
once.
two points from today's Murli.
Yeah.
One is where Baba says that check yourself that there is a balance between power of tolerance and power of accommodation. The moment we start speaking about, oh, I did this for somebody and he did not remember me, or he did not respect me, or he's not valuing my words, then whatever we have done is done with the body consciousness. And when we serve, the real way of having the balance of power of tolerance and power of accommodation is serving with heart. So this is the point from the Murli, which is something which I really liked. That today Baba has explained what it means to have an harmony between these two powers. And then the
Good.
title of Murli itself speaks about that the fortune of a Brahmin child is on the basis of renunciation. And the first renunciation is, moving from body consciousness to soul consciousness. That was one reflection that I was getting. And then Baba further says that your efforts and your renunciation defines the kind of fortune you're accumulating. So these are the 2 points to today's Murli. That's what touched me. Shan.
Thank you, sister. Beautifully bringing out these two subtle points, very key for attainment of number one fortune. And this could be our practical takeaway also. Yeah, others, Vijit, then we will sum up. Om Shanti.
Om, Om Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti, we can hear you. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, this as we are ending this Murli, I have seen most of these 1982 Murlis, they speak about renunciation and surrender. A lot of explanation has been given about renunciation, surrender. But today's Murli, Baba doesn't go about, but he categorizes two kind of people. First of all, we are all renunciates. That we have to first understand. We cannot say we are unlimited renunciates, not even limited renunciates like sannyasis. We have unlimited. That is why we have become Brahmins. That's why we have received the title Brahma Kumaris and Brahma Kumaris. So renunciation is equal to Brahmin, is equal to Brahmin life. And all of us, if we have renunciated, as Baba, so many differences he has given over here, but he categorizes two kind of people. Are you a person in the household, but serving? Or are you a person serving from the center? So you can see there are two kind of, and if you are at the household, how good a trustee are you? How good a trustee, true and honest trustee are you? But when he comes to service, he speaks about imbibing virtues. But in the whole Murli, there is only two things Baba has told us. You have been given this fortune, this property equally. So look after it. Look after it. That is imbibe it. And increase it. That is use it. Look after the treasure, that is imbibe it. And increase it, that is use it. Then, of course, he goes to a list of things why we cannot imbibe, because we are not able to take two things at the same time. When one is there, other goes when he speaks about past and all. And using your heart or using your brain, where does true love, what is true renunciation? He also, or just speaking about it, just to get a name, just speaking about it. So, but I just took two things, looking after it and increase it can give me a good number. Otherwise, there will be wastage. Or I should not just use and finish. That also Baba has said. So it's a Murli where two kind of categories have been well differentiated. Om Shanti.
Yeah, thank you, sister, for bringing that out. Yes, uh, beautiful sharing that the property we received is same, whether it's a server whose souls who are staying at center or the souls who are managing household, and managing office. Both are Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris. Then why is there a difference in the stages? Why is there a difference in the fortune which we receive? We receive number wise. So what is the difference? Thank you. Others also requested to share. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, yeah. So it is all, Baba said, yeah, it is all depends on the kind of effort that one make. So depends on our own effort. So fortune is there, right? So we, based on the kind of effort that we make and how much we're truthful and the kind of attitude that we have, right? And accordingly, we create our fortune. And Baba also said we all are creating, but at the same time we need to increase it. And the way to increase it is, Baba says use it for service, right? Through your thoughts, words, and action. So that's one way to increase it. And Baba also highlighted these two powers, like power to accommodate and power to tolerate. So we need both powers, right? So if you have tolerated and but you have not accommodated, then also it's of no use. You've spoiled at the end. So both these powers, right, are very important for us to um, make our fortunes validated. So that's the takeaway from me. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Vijay Bhai, for bringing that out beautifully. And personally, this is a very good takeaway for myself also that sometimes I am now reflecting back some, moments with I used to think I have tolerated. But then if I share that I have tolerated this, then that is not what Bhavlada is expecting. That means I am weak on my power to accommodate. So, good takeaway for myself that I have to strike a balance, such as sister brought out, uh, Raki sister brought out, that there has to be a balance, and both powers should be in good degree. Uh, that's what is the specialty of a true server. And Radhamani sister, why don't you speak so that you have shared on chat box? You may speak because your words will also do service. This is how Bhabdada looks at it. Speak out. You want to say something? Please speak. Radhamani sister,
Om Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti.
Today, my takeaway point is even trustee soul claim very good number in the rosary through their attitude of renunciation compared to a server in a center. This point is my takeaway. Om Shanti.
Thank you. See,
And another point, but a trustee has to be one who is truthful and has a clean and honest heart. fortune depends upon elevated thoughts and elevated action.
Yeah. So Baba always emphasizes on the pure feelings in the heart, that is the very important ingredient. Uh, and Babdada somehow picks up these things. So that's why he's narrating to us how to go about it. Om Shanti. Others who have not spoken may also, these words, what you speak, the energy which you vibrate, does the service. So everyone I would call upon to speak, even for just one sentence, if you can speak, that creates service. That's serving to the world. Om Shanti. Others who have not spoken, Simran Ben, Kartika Ben, and then Chandrikala sister, Premila sister, and please speak, one takeaway or it could be sharing from your life. Om Shanti. Because today's Murli Baba it's a practical manual, practical do it yourself kind of manual which Baba has given us to create number one fortune. Most of us say, someone has got, we compare in Lockheed Word, this guy has got more fortune, a silver spoon in his mouth, and I am not so fortunate. So Baba says, no more. Baba has given everyone equal fortune, equal property. That's our birthright. But why the difference is created in attaining those fortunes is depending on our efforts, our attitude, our deep love, our our selfless attitude. Our so you shouldn't have any expectation while serving, because we are not serving from what we have. We are serving from the God's treasures. We are serving from Supreme Father's treasures. So there shouldn't be any expectation, shouldn't be any kind of returns or name, fame kind of thing. So I think we'll move on to meditation if no one else has anything to share. Jesus sister has shared on a chat box. We'll just read that and then move on to meditation. Difference is also on the basis of head, yeah, head and heart, yeah, brain and love, because head will be a kind of a business, give and take, whereas heart will always be giving, giving, giving. More you give, more you will have an urge to give even more. That's the heart, love, deep love. And love connects all, but duty is just to finish work, and responsibility. I've ticked, tick mark. I've ticked this, so therefore I've done my duty. Yeah, that is required in a world. But then the what is the force which is acting behind this duty? Is it deep love or just a duty? That's the subtle difference. Now let's take a pause here, a moment. We'll reflect internally as to I, the soul. This is my real dharana. I am a soul, source of unlimited love, source of unlimited light. It's a laborless love, without any labor. I am a soul, a point of light, a sparkling star on my forehead. And this is number one fortune, that I am in this consciousness that I am a soul. This is, Baba says, number one fortune that I have. deep love. I am connected with the ocean of love in this confluence age where time has got the blessings of the unlimited fortune which I can create for myself by residing in my true dharana that I am a soul connected with the Supreme Soul, the ocean of love, the ocean of selfless server, the ocean of unlimited attitude of serving others, the ocean of renunciation, the best tour of fortune. I am connected with him constantly, and nothing is mine. Everything is his. He has given to me to handle it as a trustee. My father, my teacher, and my Sadguru, the Supreme Soul, in all these three forms, is giving to me unlimited. Now it's my responsibility to increase it, to manage it well, to put it in use for the service of his children, of my brothers, in the service of the mankind, irrespective of their caste, creed, culture, religion, or any kind of differences. We all are one earth, one family, and one future. I am that constant server. I am that true server which Babdada wants or looks at us. I am a number one renunciate. I have all the powers which Babdada gave to me. Right at the birth, I am a Master Almighty Authority, Master Sarvashaktivan, having all powers to their highest degree, and I am using these powers equally in every relationship, in every connection, in every association with the outer world. Deep inside, I am a constant server, having a deep love for the Supreme Father, Supreme Teacher, and Supreme Sadguru, and connecting every soul with the Father. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti.
Before we close the session, there's an announcement. This Sunday, Vajit Bhai shall be taking a class with regards to technology detox. So let's have this experience before we start the new year and see what's there for us to look at managing our usage of technology with the freedom and not be the slave of it. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.